I've been working with Paris and Nigel and Chica on doing these musical connection events online, using music to help us feel a little bit better and connect with other people.
And doesn't it show what music and the strength of spirit can do for us, for all of us, for our well-being?
It's been so revitalizing and energetic to see a lot of you connect with us and see you all moving with us and enjoying the music.
We've got some fantastic musicians and singers giving up their time for you.
And music can be helpful. People can get stuck, both in their emotions and in their bodies. We're looking to give beautiful, enlivening emotional journeys.
I love the idea of listening to music with your whole body, even our relationships or our bodies in relationship to other people.
This isn't wishy-washy new age stuff. It's got really good science behind it, and it works, and it has no side effects. I really enjoy these evenings and look forward to many more.
Good evening, everyone. Wow, how fantastic it is for all of you to join us. There's so many familiar faces, and for those that are eagle-eyed, you'll see some of our previous performers that keep joining us. It's great to have you back. This week we've got a very special show. We've gone very international, and we've brought some Chinese culture to us and use at home. I'm very excited to be part of this show. As usual, to begin with, we'll start with the poll. If you're joining us through Facebook, please feel free to comment below on how you feel now, what you might expect from this music session and how it makes you feel. All the feedback we gather helps us understand the impact that we're having and helps us with the direction of the show as well. Last few seconds for the poll, and then we'll start with this week's programme. Great, thank you very much. Firstly, I'd like to invite Dr. Chica Robinson to introduce our performers this week. I'd just like to thank Dr. Chica Robinson for her work tireless behind the scenes in organising such great performers for us and bringing this music to use at home and us as a group. Over to Chica.
Thank you, Paris. It's an absolute delight to see all of you and organize these concerts along with a brilliant team with Paris and Angela and Nigel. And our fantastic performers, often from our audience. And then tonight is no exception. We have Ping Hua, who is a very high-powered scientist and musician with us. She's there every week she can be. And we're delighted to welcome you center stage tonight, Ping. Ping was born in China, where she graduated in physics from Soochow University. She earned her PhD from the Optoelectronics Research Center at the University of Southampton, where she works as a senior researcher and mentor. Alongside her high-powered scientific research, Ping has been extremely active in developing Chinese arts and culture. She is the founder and director of Chinese Arts Southampton, which enriches the cultural diversity within the UK. Ping has performed at many exciting venues, including the British Museum, the World Music Festival in Valencia, Spain, and at the International Beijing Opera Performance in 2007 on behalf of the UK. Ping is a professional Chinese opera singer and a virtuoso on many Chinese instruments. Tonight, we will be able to hear Ping on the Pipa, along with her extremely talented 12-year-old student, Karen. Karen started to learn the Pipa at the age of 7 in China, then continued her studies with Ping at the age of 9 in Southampton. She also plays the piano, the guitar, and the clarinet at South Wiltshire Grammar School. Karen is a junior young artist musical ambassador for the Music Mind Spirit Trust, to which Ping Hua is a valued professional international advisor. Ping has run instrumental Chinese music classes for almost 2 decades in Southampton, and it is no surprise that she has been awarded BBC South Community Champion Awards for her outstanding efforts to making life more enjoyable for so many within the community. As you're doing for us tonight, Ping, I turn it over to you now. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Chica, for your, wonderful introduction. Thank you so much for inviting me here to be with you. And I've been attending the concert for many weeks, and I really enjoy it and thoroughly enjoy it. And please, let me give a chance to say hello to my Chinese friend, because this is time, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. I saw some of my important Chinese friends here. So I think we need to speed up. First of all, I would like to introduce Pipa, the instrument. The Pipa has a long history. I think Chinese orchestra already have almost 4,000 years of history, and Pipas appear on the Chinese written text in the 2nd BC, 2nd century BC. So it's over 2,500 years. Original Pipa is not like this shape. Original Pipa is, I think it's a neck. It's not straight. It's a neck like a bend, backwards, backwards curved. And the string have 4 or 5 string. So we play with a big wooden plectrum. So you play, and for this fret only 4 or 5. So when you play, for example, why it's called the Pipa. So you strike that in Chinese it's called the Pi, and the strike back, it's called the Pa. So its name is called the Pipa. So you get recognized. So it's famous in Golden Age Tang Dynasty. Tang Dynasty is like a 618 to 905 AD. It's golden area of China. During that time, Pipa is one of the leading instruments in a Tang court. Normally play in the emperor's courtyard. So that time the instrument is leading. It has his dominant position. But Pipa now is shaped like this. So originally when you play, it's play like guitar. Your left hand have to hold it. So you play this way. But this I think the most important development for Pipa is going upward. So your left hand is free. Your hand can move up and down. You can freely play. And then the threat increased to 23. And the top one, also this thread, a different material, could be used by wood or use jade, is called a xiang. And the technique, instead of with a wooden plectrum, you use imitate the, nails, like artificial, the plastic. You have a 5 finger, so you play a different technique. I think both hands, added together, techniques could be over 60 different way to play. So, for example, you play pipa in this way, and the guitar is inward, different way. So the pipa also in Chinese orchestra, it's very important position. I think it's Chinese orchestra is also the leading position, and also I think in China it's very popular. So young girl, you're supposed to learn pipa, or this is one of the popular instruments among China for the young children. And the tune, we have a 4 string at the moment. The tune is A, D, E, A. Okay, I think I probably it's enough by now. So the first piece I'm going to perform, it's called Recollection of a Thousand Yangtze River. So I'm actually come from China, a city called Wuxi. Wuxi is my hometown. And before I play this piece, I would like to introduce the author of this piece. He's here. His name is Shan Qi. Shan Qi is a composer. It's only one Chinese name. Then he's waving us. And he, hi Shan Qi, good to see you. And the piece. Shan Qi is my classmate of primary school and secondary school. He left Wuxi in 1995 for pursuing his career in Beijing, the capital city of China. Beijing is about 750 miles away from Wuxi. He later became a composer, a writer, and a TV program director. He's very famous in China. So I left Wuxi in 1989, and for UK. So it's about 7,000, to 10 times long away from my home. So we share the similar sentimental. I think we both miss our hometown very much. So here the lyrics of a song. In save time, I'll probably post the on the chat, if I can see here. Okay, I'm not sure if you can see. I'll post the lyrics. It's the first paragraphs. You often appear in my dreams. You is my hometown. My hometown is just beside Tai Lake. Wuxi, just next to Tai Lake. It's a famous lake in China. And also my heart is wandering far away, but my roots are in your soil. Okay, so I'm going to play the background music.
Battery 90%. Mobile device not found.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed. And also myself, actually, I enjoyed every time when I play. So let me have a look. The time, okay, we're doing well. So next piece, I'm going to introduce my student, Karen, and she's going to play a piece called "You Give Me a Rose." This song actually is let me see. It's Xinjiang. You know, Xinjiang is a Uyghur minority. It's in China, and this song is actually arranged by Mr. Let's see his name, Fan Di Wang in early 60s. So with the same name of the song, but this song is a passionate melody. The strong and changeable dance rhythm actually express the passion and the joy of young men and women in love. So this is a very popular song. So when I was young, we all sing this song and the dance as well. The Xinjiang dance, wear very beautiful costume. So this song, actually, the lyrics are quite interesting. I translated into English. So I think I will probably, again, I'll post on the chat. So you probably can see what it's all about. Let's see, okay. It's very interesting, very, very, very lively. I think the song is very, what can I say? Okay, now I think, Karen, are you ready? Good.
Can I play now? Yes.
Thanks, Karen. That was good. So I do apologize. When I post that post private, I should have posted the lyrics to everyone. So this piece is actually a very, it's quite a dynamic. It's quite fast, and especially in the Uyghur region, the traditional love song, its emotion, especially involved the fierce emotion and displayed through passionate dance expression. So this is a dance piece. Okay, the next piece Karen's going to present to you. It's called the Flower Festival. This is a song actually is composed by a famous Pipa composer. It's Jiayu Xie, still in the early 60s. This music is also based on a Sichuan folk song in Sichuan region. The folk song names Cai Hua is pick up a flower. So after many variations, it shows the actually joyous scenery of people sing and dance in the Flower Fair Festival in southwest part of China. So at the beginning of the music, it's quite soothing. It presents a scene is quite light and lively and full of scene. It describes that people dressing in festival costume coming from all directions and participate in the flower fair. So for a moment, you can taste the flower were fragrant, and the birds were whispering. The flower bloomed, and the people are actually chatting each other and laughing. Then they also actually use a traditional Pipa technique. It's called plucking, and proceed with the theme tune. Simultaneously, to imitate the scenery of the folk, beating the cup. Like I have a cup here. You can hear the pipas, one finger play the percussion, and the rest of the finger play the main theme of the song. So this was a very, very actually, what can I say, achieved good artistic effects. So if the sound system is good, we can notice that. So after that, the music turned into a very joyful and enthusiastic scene. First of all, it turns with a lot of sweeping technique with a 4-string, with hand stroke or the string. It seems like it's described like a young man, especially for the white ethnic. Sichuan province, China has 56 different ethnic minority, especially in Sichuan region, they have lots of ethnic minority. But this one, particularly described as Bai, is white ethnic. They play bigger, like they play instrument, like a 3-string, the lute, to play and dance at the same time. You can imagine what they're doing this. Then it was play a long rolling with 5 fingers, and it contained a light dance melody with a 6/8 beat. So people, it's a young woman come in, sing and perform, a very graceful, soft dance. So you can tell the contrast from man, then woman. So immediately afterwards, then use a bigger split sweep, push the music to a climate of excitement. So this is everyone, so it's high, celebration. Finally, the theme used 2 variations of pickering rhythm between the long rolling. His hand, you can notice when the hand put a different, like a beat, different background with the same rolling theme, but with different pickling, then you can tell the melody is soft and sweet. The whole picture gradually fade away, bring people into a moment full of happiness. So I hope you enjoy it. Karen, it's your turn.
Thank you, Karen. That was absolutely beautiful. You have a lovely gift. I hope you keep it with you all your life. If you treasure your gift, it will treasure you, and the world will treasure you. It's a beautiful thing. Thank you very, very much. And what a big thing to remember. It's a long piece, isn't it? A lot of detail. Very, very good. Well, I'm almost embarrassed to be saying I'm going to be playing some Chinese music too. Here I am on the island of Brioni in the Adriatic, where I work for a theatre, and normally I have camps for children, but we can't have them here this year for various technical reasons, you'll understand. But anyway, I'm going to offer some Chinese music with great humbleness and respect. Unfortunately, I can't, the guitar was not good enough here for me to play, so I am going to play a melodica. Now, a melodica doesn't sound very Chinese, but it is. Inside a melodica, there's a mouth organ. And the first mouth organ in the world was from China, the Shang, from the Han dynasty. And I'm going to be playing with a cello, and the cello also is a relative of Chinese instruments, because of course, all human beings are relatives. We are all related. And our instruments are related. So the cello is a relative of the erhu, the bowed string instrument in China. So it's not so strange that we have a melodica and a cello. And the cellist you'll recognize, she works at the theatre here, which is where I discovered her and invited her to perform on Wellbeing Live's commemoration program. It's clear who played cello on our program. So here we are, the first piece we play, it's very short, Purple Bamboo. Now, purple bamboo is actually a bamboo for which instruments are made. Indeed, there's a word in China, silken bamboo, to describe music, because most musical instruments are made with a mixture of silk, the strings, and bamboo, the wood. Anyway, Purple Bamboo, we're going to play, and it's very interesting. There's a melody, which you hear, and then the second time round, when I join in, you'll hear that there's the melody and then an ornamented version of the melody called Jiahua in Chinese. It's the flowering of the tune. It's a lovely idea that a tune can flower. So you'll hear now from beside a jasmine bush here in the Mediterranean, you will hear Purple Bamboo now. you. There we were, I think the nicest thing about that performance was the cicadas. Could you hear them behind? We've had these before in our programs from when we were in Louisiana. We had the cicadas from the rainforest. Now we've got some cicadas in the piece. The next one is called, last one is called Jasmine Flower, Mo Li Hua. One of the most famous folk songs of all of China. It comes from the 18th century, and practically every region of China has their own version of the song. And there's a very interesting story. In the 19th century, the emperors and the Chinese aristocracy really valued Swiss watches. They thought that that was the thing to have. And they invited Swiss watchmakers to China to come and make, their watches and teach people, local people, to work to that standard. And one of the watchmakers, a man called Fritz Beauvais, was also a musician and had a hobby, making musical boxes. And so around 1840, he made musical boxes, and with the tune Mo Li Hua, Jasmine Flower, on it. And by chance, this came after the Boxer Rebellion, came into the hands of an Italian count in the north of Italy. And he had the music box in his castle, and the composer Puccini came to visit and heard this song and was writing his opera Turandot, and he put it in the opera. And that's how a beautiful Chinese melody found its way into the European opera repertoire. Anyway, here we are, Mo Li Hua. How you do maybe the Mo Li Hua, what a beautiful jasmine flower. Here we are in with Clara and myself, melodica and cello and voice. Never mind. Thank you.
Recording.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good. Should I continue to the review, Paris, or is that later? Yes, I should. Good. Can we put up the analysis of the evening? And while we're doing that, my apologies for the slight technical problems. I don't know why it was our connection, mine anyway, made a few pauses in the film. Hope it wasn't too disturbing. So as you know, we make these analyses. Here we are. What this is a technology that we invented that predicts our emotional responses to music. And what's very important is responses to music are universal. There is no difference between the emotions of a person in China listening to music and somebody elsewhere. Yes, that will be changed by little cultural things, but fundamentally, deeply, no. It's the same. And here the circle is, at the bottom of the circle is being very relaxed. At the top is being excited, enlivened. To the left is negative emotion, and to the right, more positive emotion. And as you can see, all of these pieces of Chinese music sit in the middle, which is really important because Chinese music does sit in the middle. Chinese music balances our emotions. It has its extremes, particularly in Chinese opera. But in the instrumental and song tradition, Chinese music centers us. It gives us a nice sense of calm. And as you can see, so it starts with the first piece, Pipa piece, from Jiayu Xie's wonderful composition. My congratulations, that was really beautiful piece. Going through to, You Gave Me a Rose, a little bit down in relaxation, then coming up again for Flower Festival, down for Purple Bamboo, and the lowest point of all of relaxation, Mo Li Hua, obviously because of its simple open melody. So that's been the pattern of our evening, perhaps the most balanced evening that we've had in a way, in our experience. And that's due to Chinese music. And so we all need Chinese music because Chinese music gives us a chance to center ourselves and balance ourselves. And that's why everybody needs all the music of the world. All the music of the world gives us something special. And Chinese music gives us balance and reason and beauty. And what could be more important in the world? I love China and look forward very much to my next visits in the future, which I hope will be in warm and friendly relationships with our country in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Nigel. Absolutely incredible that you only landed in Brioni on the island, what, a day or so ago, then went into a short quarantine, didn't you? And
yeah, I had to be quarantined to have a COVID test to get onto the island, yes, which was very sensible because it's an island. If it were to get here, you know, it would go like crazy. So it's no. So I had to prove that I didn't have COVID, which I don't. So I'm now here.
And what you said absolutely encapsulated tonight's program for me. What with Ping Hua's and Karen's amazing playing, I felt very centered and just connected to everybody here with us tonight. And it was just the flowing melodies and the way that the fantastic musicians, you included, Nigel, of course, just lost yourself in the music, and your lovely cellist there. Please thank her from us too. But because that is a true mark of a performer, isn't it? To lose oneself in the music. And it allowed us to get lost in it as well in the most beautiful, centered way. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Chief. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hope to see you again then. Thank you for your invitation, Chika, Paris, Angela, Nigel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very welcome, Ping. That was a really peaceful evening, and I've just wonder if I've made a connection for myself as well while you were talking there, Nigel. I discovered Chinese music in my mid-20s. Around about the same time, I became much more active in environmental issues, and I was really struck by the beauty of some of the lyrics as well, and the way that they use metaphor of nature to describe and embrace and pull on our feelings. And I loved the one of those ducks. I used to live near somewhere where there was a pair of ducks came back every year to nest, and you really get to know their characters. Mm-hmm. So for me, maybe the take-home message around our well-being, other than music, is something about connecting with nature. We do know how important that is for our well-being, and where we live also impacts on that. Getting out to whatever green spaces you can, growing things for yourself, and really taking care of the planet that sustains us. So yes, thank you for helping me make that connection for myself, and it was indeed very beautiful. Karen, you're going to be a real star. It was just amazing. I really loved that. So thank you, everybody, and I will pass you over briefly to Paris for final few words on on the survey, and hopefully I will see a lot of you next week. Spread the word. And there's also been some posts on the Connection Through Music Facebook page this week, so maybe some of you could have a look there too. Okay, bye-bye from me.
Thanks, Angela. Thank you, Ping, Nigel, Karen, and Clea, for that was an absolute beautiful show. And if you're anything like me, this was a really nice introduction to the Chinese music. And one thing that really kind of struck home to me was it doesn't matter what walk of life you're from or what culture you're from, music speaks to and sings to the heart. And I connected it with it, and it really did help me relax. And I hope that you felt that too. Just before we finish, I'd like to put the end poll onto the screen for you to just feedback to us how this session went, how it made you feel. And I'll feed this back to the musicians. And I'm sure Karen would like to understand how her playing made us feel at home. Last few seconds for the survey. I'd like to thank you all for joining us. If you'd like to watch any of this performance or any of the previous performances back, please go to Paris Wellbeing/Wellbeing Live and join our Facebook group to keep up to date with upcoming events and connect through music through different ways as well. Thank you very much. Have a lovely evening and see you next week. Goodbye.
Bravo.
Yeah, it was beautiful, Ping. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.